Hey guys, what's up? It's Kage, and this is week 4 with Ohio Trans Kings. I can't believe the OTK has come this far, and we're already on week 4, and that's so super exciting for me. I want to get right into this week's topic, which is passing. Passing's always been a big thing for me. Not really recently. Since I started letting everything grow out, it really hasn't been a huge issue anymore. Passing at work is really easy. I mean, I came out as trans to my managers when I got hired 2 years ago, and I was, clean shaven. I just everything was a little bit different, and now I am who I am. What's always been really important for me, since I'm kind of a bigger guy, is binding. I always wear my binder. Sometimes I even wear it to bed, and that's not, a good idea. But it is like an underworks kind of binder, so it does breathe a little more than, say, something like abdominal or back brace kind of binder. You're really not supposed to do it, but either way, I feel more comfortable. Let's see what else. My voice, I don't really do much to try to make it, get deeper, because I'm probably going to get my prescription for tea on the 12th. That's my first doctor's appointment. So I'm really, really crossing my fingers that, I get that prescription on that day. That would be incredible and, just phenomenal. But yeah, like I said, passing has it's never been a non-issue. Like on the phone, like Evan was talking about, on the phone, I get, ma'amed a lot. Sometimes people will say ma'am to me, when I'm at work and I'm checking in their dogs. And, I don't think that they're paying attention, and I think that's the problem, and that's my phone ringing, of course. So, I don't know, like, sometimes I get kind of upset because, people will just be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, they're not looking at me, and then they look up, and, they look at either my name tag, or, they, spot my facial hair, and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, sir. My coworkers actually get kind of upset, when people say ma'am. The other guy that's in the salon, Zach, he's just kind of like chill, and then if somebody calls me ma'am, he like, if I correct them and they keep doing it, he gets kind of upset. And that's like really, really cool, just because, it's really important to me to fit in. And not necessarily fit in, but to know my place and to have other people know my place. And I just get really upset when, I get questioned. As far as being in my relationship, there's only been one time that we've been confused with as a lesbian couple, and the owner of the restaurant that we were at was just kind of like, what's going on, and so it was whatever, it was gone. But I don't know. I really hope that passing becomes a non-issue. Once I start T, once I get top surgery, things like that. Just because I am a bigger guy, I think it's a little easier to pass myself off, just because I, move my chest around in my binder to appear more like a fat guy chest, I guess you would say. And if I'm not wearing my binder, I feel naked, and I sort of hunch over so that, my chest isn't as visible. And it's kind of a bad habit for my posture, I know that. But I've never really subscribed to the whole, masochistic, men are slobs, pigs, whatever have you mentality. So I never really thought that I needed to act, cool and have like a pissing contest with other guys, like, ooh, I slept with this many chicks or whatever. I've always respected women, so I've never been, into that whole genre of men, I guess you could say. And I've known plenty of women like that too, so I don't think I'm like generalizing. But yeah, passing, not a huge issue anymore. Hoping as I start T, it's gonna change drastically. Even if my voice doesn't, go super deep. I mean, it's not really that it's that high pitched now. It's just I'd like it to get like maybe one more octave, something a little bit lower, just so I can be comfortable. And I talked to my therapist about that back when I was still going to therapy. About how it may not change, and if it doesn't, will I be okay with that? So I've come to terms with that. But the hardest part of my transition, I'd have to say, involving passing was, getting to the point where I was comfortable enough in who I am to project that on the outside and not worry about, how other people act. And that's part of the reason I started this group, was to help other guys find, that confidence. And I only really found that confidence by doing drag, to be completely honest. Like, if I hadn't created Ricky Vega, I wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't be Kage. I wouldn't be, this proactive in the community kind of guy. I'd probably be sitting at home and, not really talking to anybody about anything, and I'd probably be really silent about this. But, I realize that most of us, trans men, trans women, everybody who does not subscribe to the, bi-gendered society, we're all pretty much invisible. And I thought it was high time that, we did something about it. I'm not going to be silent, just because discrimination and hatred and everything, it spans so much farther than religion or race or sexual identity. It goes so much deeper than that. And I think it's just because all humans have that innate ability to love. But what most people don't realize is that humans also have the innate ability to hate. And most of us just don't, because we're higher than that, we're better than that. Basic animal instinct, to go after and beat down what is wrong and different to us. And I feel that, there are ways to be proactive without stooping to that level of violence, that level of hatred. So that's where, everything stems from, and that's why I feel so passionate about it. And I'm rambling, I know, but yeah, so passing was this week. Next week is actually going to be one of my like super duper baby topics that I love talking about. It is sex, sexuality, sexual identity, and all of that. Some of the guys will probably do videos with their partners. I don't know if we will. I don't know if I will. But it's all about sex. So if you want to hear us talk about that, which you probably do, I'm hoping, everybody checks it out, because I'm really thinking that this is going to be, week 5 is going to be like our big, like, everybody's going to tune in week. So I'm going to check out those views, and, like, don't be afraid to comment. Even if you feel like you're stupid asking a question, there's no such thing as a dumb question, as long as it's an intelligent, you want to honestly ask because you don't know and you'd like to educate yourself kind of question. So yeah, don't be shy. Hit us up on Facebook here and on MySpace. And this is Kage signing off for Fridays with OTK. See you next week, guys.